The designer I have chosen is Alexey Brodovitch. Alexey Brodovitch was born American but in Alexey, Russia in 1898 and passed away in Lithor, France in 1971. Where did he study? Alexey did not study anywhere, but he won a poster comp where his drawing beat one of Picasso's. He then ended up teaching at Philadelphia College of Art. 6 facts about your designer in regards to important background info that contributed to the development of their practice. Alexey Brodovitch, born 1898, Alexey, Russia, died April 15, 1971, Lithor, France, American magazine art director, graphic designer, and photographer.
Dikhilov's approach to design inspired Brodovitch to move towards the more commercial arts and influenced him in his ideas on the lack of boundaries between different arts. Dikhilov is a stage set painter. Brodovitch entered a poster competition, which searched for the most innovative redesign to announce an upcoming ball. Alexey won the first prize, leaving a poster by Picasso behind in the beginning of his career. Alexey was then asked to come to Philadelphia to organize some design classes at the Philadelphia College of Art. At that moment, Brodovitch was one of the pioneers to bring modernist ideas into America. Brodovitch once said, "We learn by making mistakes. We must be critical of ourselves and have the courage to start all over again after each failure. Only then do we really absorb and really start to know." He was best known for his 24-year career from 1934 to 1958 at the American magazine Harper's Bazaar and for his design laboratory, operated first under the auspices of the Philadelphia Museum School from 1936 to 1940 and then from 1941 to 1959 at the New School for Social Research and the American Institute of Graphic Arts, both in New York. Discuss 5 of Dieter Rams' principles of good design and explain in detail how your designer object displays these principles. Is it through the materials used? The materials used in Alexey Brodovitch's chair are plywood, wood dowels and plastic-covered cord, which make the design of the floor chair environmentally friendly, because it uses the minimal materials with very little waste after the final result. But also the materials used to make this chair are inexpensive, making mass production an easy objective, if it came down to it. The design of this chair shows how simple a common chair can be made. This design has had as little design put into it as possible by having 2 pieces of plywood and multiple cords running from one piece of wood to the other, which stabilizes each side of the chair, but also the shape of the 2 pieces of plywood make it possible to rock back and forth. The floor chair has been described as exceptionally simple and comfortable. What is so great about these materials? These certain materials used to manufacture the floor chair are inexpensive, but without knowing the type of plywood used, it is hard to describe how overall durable this chair is. But the use of a small amount of materials and simple design makes the design thorough down to the last little detail. For example, where the holes will be drilled for the cords to run from one side to the other, but also the placement of the 2 dowels, which stabilize the floor chair. Is it in its function? This chair is in its function because it is a modernist design, and that was when it was all about bringing things back to the basics, using materials and technologies that would allow for mass production of products of a simple design. I quote that this chair is described as exceptionally simple and comfortable, which was exactly the design type wanted in the modernist time. This design is an honest design, because it does not manipulate a consumer with a promise it cannot keep. It is a chair that is made to be sat on, and that is all that it needs to provide. How does the design show this? The design shows this by being an honest design, because it does not make a promise that it cannot keep. The floor chair is a chair, nothing more and nothing less. That is what it was designed to be, and that is what it is going to be. It does not manipulate the consumer, and the design is long-lasting, and will never appear to be antiquated, whether it is used for its original use of a chair or just a decorative. Is it through its forms? The use of forms in this design makes the visible shape of the object simply a chair to be sat on. A simple design that has been made to show its function. The forms of this design are symmetrically constructed so that the design is both symmetrical, making it sit evenly, and is balanced by using the 2 pieces of plywood and 2 wooden dowels, but it is constructed so its final form is able to be walked around and sat on as it was designed to be. Discuss how you will use the info you have gathered in his assessment task and apply it to your own practice. I would use the information I have gathered in this assessment task to make my future designs plain, simple, and straight to the point. They are to be honest designs that do not make out they do things they cannot do. I would use the information I have gathered to make honest designs that do not make my products more powerful than they really are. I will try to make my future designs not manipulate those interested in the design and not make out that it can do something that it cannot do. I would like my future designs to be both product useful and environmentally friendly, because I want a product that I design to be bought and be used, not be bought and rarely used. My future designs will satisfy certain criteria that are both functional and psychological. Future designs of my own are going to become more and more environmentally friendly, also based on the materials I use to finalize the design. For example, Alexey Brodovitch's floor chair being made out of 3 different materials, these being plywood, wooden dowels, and plastic-covered cords. Possibly the least amount of materials and all used down to the last detail of the chair that was supposedly very simple and comfortable. My future design will be as similar to Alexey's, with both minimal materials and straight to the point of the design. An example of my own I can produce is a slingshot I made, which is quite a simple design, and was more a mess-around design until cutting one out properly from 25mm hoop pine plyboard that is durable, cheap, and light-weighted.
Thank you all for listening to a presentation by Jack M. on Alexey Brodovitch and his own simple designs.